everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So this is probably my 5th time or more trying to record this introduction, so I think I'm all set up now. I have my microphone, so I hope that you can hear me okay. This is my first time using it. So today's video is a video that I've been wanting to make for a while. I knew I wanted to make this video for the past little while, and it's one that I'm so happy to make. So this past month marked 1 year since Audrey's open heart surgery. And so I thought it would be fun to do a video on just the changes that we've seen in Audrey, and just, you know, how she's come, how far she's come, and you know, just some little updates on her. So I do have some notes here. I wrote down what I wanted to say, because once I sit in front of this camera, I find sometimes I just don't even know what I'm saying. So anyway, if you are new or you're stopping by here for the first time, Audrey is our oldest daughter. She's 6 years old, and a year ago in October, she had open heart surgery to repair a hole in her heart. So I will give a quick little back history on Audrey. I do have a open heart surgery vlog that you can watch if you want to see all of her heart surgery video. That's all in there, but I will give a quick little back history, you know, just so you know a little bit about Audrey. So when Audrey was a baby, she had a heart murmur, and just with, you know, follow-ups and doctors kind of monitoring that heart murmur, they realized that she actually had a hole in her heart. And our pediatrician told us that you know, sometimes they close on their own and sometimes they don't. And if they don't close, I remember her saying it's just a small, I think she said like a quick, you know, a little procedure. I think that's what she said, just a little procedure to close that hole. So anyway, obviously Audrey's didn't close on her own, and she did require surgery. The most common way that doctors repair, so Audrey's was an ASD, an atrial septal defect. That was the type of birth defect that she had. It's actually a very common heart birth defect in babies. But we had never heard of it before until Audrey had it. But the most common way that doctors repair that is through a transcatheter repair. So they just take a catheter and they just go up in your thigh, and they travel up through your heart, and they attach a little mesh device to one of the walls in your heart, and they close the hole in that way. And that is the, you know, it's very non-invasive, pretty simple procedure for them to do. And that was what they thought they could do with Audrey. But when we got to Halifax, to do that procedure, when the cardiologist up there did the ultrasound on Audrey's heart himself, he realized that Audrey was missing that wall in her heart where they would attach the device, and so therefore they weren't able to do it. Audrey had lots of ultrasounds and echocardiograms and everything done at home here before we went to Halifax, but the cardiologist said, you know, if you're not holding the probe yourself, you don't know exactly like what angle you're looking at the heart, and he just couldn't tell. He couldn't tell from the ultrasounds and the echoes that he had that she was missing that wall. But as soon as he did the ultrasound himself, he knew right away. So he gave us the option that we could just go home, or he said he could put her to sleep, put a camera down her throat, and he could look and see if there was any way, you know, that he could attach the device. So we did do that. Because we were there and Audrey was all prepared. We were all set up to have it done and behind us. And it was just, that was not what we were expecting to happen. But anyway, they did put Audrey to sleep. They put the camera down, and he realized that no, he couldn't do it that way, and that she would need open heart surgery. And I remember that was just such devastating news. We came home from Halifax feeling pretty deflated. And really disappointed. And Audrey, it was, you know, it was a tough thing to explain to Audrey too, that, because I remember they put her to sleep, and when she woke up, she looked at me and she said, "No more heart surgery, Mommy." And it broke my heart, because she had no idea that she went to sleep and they didn't do a thing. But anyway, that wasn't God's plan. His plan was for her to have open heart surgery, and so that is what we did. So anyway, a few months later, Audrey did get the call for her open heart surgery appointment, and trying to keep her healthy for that was, it was incredibly hard. She used to get so sick. She used to pick up everything. But anyway, obviously we were, very anxious about her surgery, and I think I had anxiety that whole year from from the moment we found out, it was in April that we found out that she would have to have open heart surgery, and I just had anxiety over that until it was done. So she went to Halifax in April for the transcatheter repair, which didn't happen, and then it took until October of that same year for us to get a date for her open heart surgery. So we were anxious, and I just found really sad that Audrey had to go through that. I was never, and I don't think Dave was either, we were never really scared about the surgery itself, because we had full faith in the doctors. Audrey had her surgery done at the IWK in Halifax, and I just can't say enough nice things about the IWK. The staff, the doctors are just all amazing. And I never had any kind of worry about the surgery itself. I had full faith in Audrey's doctor. He was so kind, and he made us feel, you know, at such ease, and I had full faith and confidence in him. But it was just the fact that she had to go through such a big, scary surgery and go through the recovery, and you know, no child should have to go through that. And if I could have changed places with her, I would have changed places in a heartbeat. But anyway, she had the surgery. It couldn't have gone any smoother. We actually were out of the hospital. We were discharged sooner than we expected. We thought that we would have to stay a little bit longer, just because Audrey did have a lingering runny nose, and they don't like to do that surgery if you have any kind of sickness. They like for you to be healthy for 6 weeks prior, which was just, it was impossible with Audrey. She just picked up everything. But anyway, yes, she got along amazing. It couldn't have gone any smoother. Everything just went, you know, just as they expected. There was no hiccups, there was nothing. And, it went really smooth. And we actually met another little girl there, who was the same age as Audrey. She actually had the same, stuffed bear there with her. Same age, she had the same ASD, the atrial septal defect, and had the same surgery. So that was very neat too. It was neat for Audrey and the other little girl to both meet somebody who had, you know, gone through the same surgery, and you know, kind of cool to meet somebody who has like the same scar and know that they went through the same thing. So anyway, that's a little back history on Audrey. I hope that wasn't too long or too much. But here we are a year later, and like I said, if you want to watch Audrey's heart surgery vlog, I will link that at the end of this video, and I will also link it in the description box. So in 1 year, we have seen a lot of changes in Audrey, and actually Audrey's in school right now, but I thought it would be kind of fun when she came home to kind of do a little interview with her and kind of ask her some questions and see, you know, her thoughts and what she, how she feels after her surgery. And I thought that might be kind of fun, and you know, see it from her perspective, since she's the one who went through it, not me. So a year later, so the differences we've seen in Audrey, she has grown so much. She has gotten taller. She's put on weight almost immediately. She was, I think she was 36, close to 37 pounds before her surgery, and now she's up to, I think, like 44 pounds. She's filled out in her face. She's just, you know, even within the first like month, even her teachers were saying, like, you know, I can see a difference in her. Her face is filling out. It was crazy, because we didn't realize how much it affected her until it wasn't there anymore. So anyway, as she filled out, she's put on weight. Her energy levels are just not even comparable. She used to go outside with her brothers, and they would play out there for a little while, and she would always come in. She'd always come in tired. She'd want to sit and have a rest. And like I said, that was just normal. And we never really even thought too much about it. That was just the way it always was. She just always never could really play out for as long as they did, and always came in for a little rest. But like I said, it didn't seem off, because that's just the way it always was. And now she runs and plays. She rides her bike for hours. We go for a walk around our block here, and she just runs and runs, and she doesn't get tired, and it's just so amazing to see. Her appetite is better. She eats a lot more, I find, and her appetite has definitely increased, which is great to see. She doesn't get sick nearly as much. Last year, I remember, like I said, before her heart surgery, they wanted her healthy for 6 weeks prior to her surgery, and it seemed like she picked up every cough, every sniffle, every stomach bug. She picked up everything. And since her heart surgery, I mean, she has a slight runny nose right now, but she has barely been sick. So it's pretty amazing. And I think she even sleeps better. I don't know if that is just coincidence or not, but I find she sleeps much better than she used to. So the other thing I wanted to mention was her scar. I don't think I ever really talked about that too much in the heart surgery vlog, and she's probably not going to want to show you guys her scar, and I'm certainly not going to make her. But her scar has healed beautifully. It's the doctor who did her surgery, he said that he usually tries to do the surgery lower on girls, so that if they wear like a v-neck shirt or, you know, something that's a little bit lower, like their scar isn't always showing. But her scar has faded quite a bit. Like it's definitely not you know, glaring. You don't notice it as soon as you like look at her. But I love her scar, and I always tell her that she should be so proud of it, and I always tell her that it's her bravery scar. So we're just we're so proud of Audrey, and we're so happy and thrilled that this part of her life is done, and she never has to really, hopefully, ever think about you know, that surgery. So for follow-up appointments, so Audrey had her surgery last October. We're just in the beginning of November now. Audrey has seen the cardiologist once. We saw them, I'm trying to remember, it might have been in the new year. So she had her surgery in October, and I think it was probably like January-ish that she saw the cardiologist, and he was really happy with, he said her scar looks beautiful, and he said her heart sounded really, do you say really great? Your heart sounds great. He said that her heart, his exact words were, if I didn't see her scar, I would never know that she ever had open heart surgery, because her heart sounded healthy and normal. She had to wear a Holter a couple times, I think twice, since her heart surgery, just because she had an irregular rhythm after her surgery, and they kind of wanted to monitor that. So she wore that, but I think all is good with that now. She is supposed to have another appointment this fall, but we haven't gotten a call from Halifax yet. I just ran to Audrey's room. I wanted to show you guys the hole in her heart. So this is a Canadian toonie, and that was the size of the hole in Audrey's heart. So when you think, you know, they say your heart is the size of your fist, Audrey's fist is pretty small. So, I mean, even compared to my fist, a hole in your heart that big is, you know, quite substantial. So I just had to go and see if any of the kids had a toonie, and Audrey had one in her little bank. So anyway, I just thought I really wanted to show you guys that. That's how big the hole in her heart was. And before Audrey had her surgery, I remember when she would be playing and she would come back in, or if she was upset and crying and she would come and I would hug her, her heart would beat. Like, it felt like it was going to beat out of her chest. I remember that so well. Like, I could feel her heart beating like against my chest when like we would hug. And even when she was just resting, I could sometimes like hear her heart, and it was just because it had to work so hard to pump all that extra blood through. And I remember the last time, you know, I gave her hug and knew that that would be the last time that I would feel her heartbeat like that, because she would have her surgery and it would be fixed, and it doesn't beat like that anymore. It's just amazing what doctors can do. Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys also about Audrey's bravery beads. See if I missed anything that I wanted to say here. Maybe I will let Audrey talk to you about her bravery beads, and so when Audrey gets home, I will kind of interview her a little bit and ask her, you know, about her heart surgery and what she remembers, and it'd be kind of fun to talk to her about it. So we are just, you know, I'm so happy for Audrey that that she had this surgery, and in the end, you know, really she did end up having the better surgery, because the doctor told us if you don't have any complications from open heart surgery within the first like month or two, he said you probably never will, because they use your own tissue from your heart to seal the hole. So there's no, foreign devices or anything where the transcatheter repair, they have to put a foreign object in your body. And, there's always complications when they go to do anything like that or put anything like that inside your body. So in the end, she did have, the bigger surgery and the big recovery, but she did also have the better surgery. So anyway, I am going to, when Audrey gets home from school, I will pick up the camera again and interview her. So I hope you guys enjoyed just hearing a little bit about the changes in Audrey since her surgery. She's so brave. She's always been brave. She had to go through just so many tests and blood work and, the surgery itself, and just, she's been through a lot. She's a little trooper. And anyway, so when she gets home from school, I will interview her, and I will see you guys back here then. All right, well, I'm back, and I've got Audrey with me. She's home from school. We have a quiet moment here while Emily and the boys are outside playing. So I thought it would be a good time to let Audrey kind of tell you guys a little bit about her experience. So what do you remember about your surgery?
I remember going to Halifax, and I remember playing in the car, and I remember playing on the splash pad.
Yeah, we stayed at a nice hotel, and you got to play in the splash pad and swim. Do you remember when I had to wipe you down with those wipes?
Yes.
Did you like that?
No.
No, you didn't like that at all. That was a sad moment for me too, because you didn't like that. But you said you remembered getting the cream?
On my hand, both hands.
What was the cream on your hands for? Do you remember?
No.
It numbed your hands right here so that you wouldn't feel when they put the IV in your hand. Do you remember anything else about your surgery?
I remember getting my...
Are you getting distracted looking at yourself in the camera? You remember what?
I do remember getting in a room, and I had to kind of had to go in a room, and I got on the bed and do something that I forgot about.
Oh, probably your ultrasound where they took pictures? Remember they had to push hard and you didn't like that? Was everybody nice to you at the hospital? Everybody was very nice. Was your doctor nice?
Yes, very nice.
Yeah, you liked him a lot, didn't you? What would you tell another child, another little boy or girl who has to have the same surgery as you had?
I would tell them that they would have to have a lot of appointments, and they would have to have 6 weeks off of school, and they would have to miss all kinds of fun stuff.
Is there anything else that you would tell them? Would you tell them that it's going to hurt, or tell them that they're going to sleep through it all?
I would tell them...
Could you tell them anything that might make them feel less scared? Because that could be scary, can't it?
I would tell them that you can be brave, and it'll be okay. And when you're all done with your surgery, you'll just have an X-ray, and then you're all done, and then you'll be able to go home.
That's a good thing to tell them, because surgery can be scary for kids and adults, right? So I was telling everybody about all the changes that me and Dad have seen in you. Do you see any changes? Do you find you feel different since having your surgery?
My head feels different than putting it on my heart.
It feels different. I was telling them about how your heart used to beat so loudly.
Boom, boom, boom,
It doesn't do that anymore. Do you notice anything else? Can you play more now?
And I can run and jump and play and run and all that stuff.
And do you get tired now?
No,
that's pretty awesome, isn't it?
And I don't get sick that much.
No, you don't. I was telling them that.
I only got sick once after my heart surgery.
Did you? You have a bit of a runny nose now.
Which is not sick though.
Okay, what else? Do you want to show everybody your bravery beads?
Yeah.
Okay. So Audrey is wearing her bravery beads. Okay, wait now. I gave Audrey the microphone so that you guys could hear her. Do you want to tell them what your bravery beads? Here, I'll put this back on. You want to tell them about your bravery beads? Hold them up so they can see them.
They're all about all the things I did, and I counted them in my room to see how much things I did.
And how many things did you do?
39.
39. Audrey did. She counted all of her beads. So every bead stands for a procedure or a test that Audrey did. And so she got to make up this necklace herself. So do you want to tell them so each bead stands for a test or a procedure, and we have the paper here. When they give you the beads, they go through and they ask you all the things that you've done while you were in the hospital, and then they check them off, and then they give you a bead for everyone. So do you want to tell them what a couple of the beads? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll bring this a little bit closer so you can. Do you want to get up on your knees so everybody can see you?
So this one.
Okay, you hold up and show them.
This bead. This little splattered one.
What does that one mean?
It means where I got all the sugar that came in my room, and she blew out the bubbles.
She did, and she blew the bubbles to get you exercising your lungs.
And
so that's what that bead stands for.
And
you remembered that, did you?
Yeah. And
so that's what that one means.
And she popped it on Binky.
She did. Do you want to tell them what another bead means? And then it has her name on it.
Audrey.
Audrey. Do you want to tell them what another bead means? What do the green ones mean?
The green ones mean an IV.
So if you started an IV, so Audrey got 3 green beads because
I got 3 IVs.
You had an IV started 3 times. Okay, what about, do you want to tell them?
The blue beads are for oxygen, so I got 1.
I think you just got 1 of those. You had to be put on oxygen once. Okay, do you want to find another one and we'll tell them? What about, you pick one.
This one. This one means that it's time to go home. That was my very last bead.
That was probably our most favorite bead. Oh, hold up so they can see it. Let it focus. So that was the bead that they gave Audrey when it was time to go home. That was such an... Do you remember when they told us we could go home?
Yeah, I was very, very happy.
Yeah, we all were. What else?
And these orange beads are for my hospital stay.
So you had 3
days.
3 nights in the hospital. So you get an orange bead for every night that you stay in the hospital. Hold up the line for them. So what was the line 1 for?
It was about
for surgery. The brave lion for surgery. So anyway, we won't tell you all of them. Let's see what the blue fish was for, Audrey. We hear some kids coming in here, so hopefully it doesn't get too loud. And let's tell them one more, Audrey.
Yes. One more bead. Can I show them this one?
I'll show them the blue fish.
The fish was about the tubing surgeon.
Hold them up. So Audrey got the blue fish for tube removal. And Audrey wants to show you the smiley face one.
There's 1, and I got a couple more.
Yes, how many did you get? 1, 2, 3, 4. Audrey got 4 smiley faces, and they stand for wow or a special accomplishment. So those are all her beads. We won't show you anymore because there's a lot of beads on there. But those are her bravery beads. All right, Audrey wants to tell you quickly what her 3 favorite beads are.
So it's the...
Is that bugging you?
So it's the home one.
The home one is your favorite?
And the heart.
Right.
And I think... I think this one, and I have a couple more.
The IWK one? Are they your favorite for what they mean or just for how they look? Because they're pretty.
Just for how they look and how pretty they are.
All right, and then do you want to show them your heart pillow?
And this is my heart pillow.
Every person that gets heart surgery gets one of these nice heart pillows. So that's something that Audrey will be able to keep for the rest of her life. And they even wrote her name on it there.
So I have to cough in it.
Yes, that's right. I forgot about that. So after you have your heart surgery, the whole idea is that when you have to cough, you're supposed to hug your pillow and cough. I forgot about that.
So the heart doesn't really go like, I forget.
Yeah, to make it more, so it not as painful, eh? So anyway, I just thought it would be fun to do an update, a 1-year update on Audrey since her surgery. If, like I said, if you haven't seen her surgery vlog and you'd like to watch it, I'll link it below, and I'll also link it in the description box. That video got more traction than I ever thought it would. We've received so many positive comments on that video, and comments from people who either have had that surgery themselves, or you know, a sibling has had the surgery, or they need that surgery as an adult. And that was my hope when I made that video, that it would help somebody else who was going through a similar situation. And of course, I also made it, the main reason was for Audrey, so that she could watch it when she gets older, and she can always look back and look at the really brave thing that she had to do when she was 5. But it makes me happy to know that that video has helped other people as well. So if you have any further questions on, I don't know, Audrey or her heart surgery, or if you're going through something similar yourself and you just want to chat, my email address is always in the description box, or you can always leave me a comment down below. I'm always happy to help. I'm always happy to offer any advice, you know, that I can give. This was probably the most difficult, definitely the most difficult thing we've had to go through as parents. And it was scary and it was hard, but we did it. We came out the other side, and God is good, and Audrey is doing good, and we couldn't be happier. So anyway, I'm going to get Audrey to come back in here and help me end this video. I think that is everything that I wanted to share with you guys. Is there anything else that you want to say to anybody out there? Lots of people have watched your heart surgery video.
That it was very scary when I got to the hospital.
Yeah, it was very scary, wasn't it? Mommy was scared too. Well, no, I wasn't scared, but I felt very nervous, and yeah, very sad for you that you had to go through that.
So, we're gonna have to do that kiss.
All right, well, that is going to do it for this video. Audrey is anxious to get outside and play with her brothers and sister. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing this little update of Audrey's. And again, thank you for all the positive comments and all the support on that video. And Audrey is doing so well now, and we couldn't be happier. All right, so thanks for being here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye. See you tomorrow.